Welcome to Thoughts Coming Out of the Closet. How have y'all been? Oh, it's been a minute, hasn't it? I've been in that void for a while. I don't know what the hell's going on back there. So I've been thinking about this for a while, but I don't really like just making videos as soon as I start, as soon as the wheels start turning. I really want to let them cook a bit, Let them cook in the old Ben brain. That kind of sounded like a pun, actually. It didn't mean to be. I was just saying Ben space brain, and it sounded like Ben brain instead of like membrane. Oh my god. But yeah, I don't like making these types of videos, where I'm just kind of giving my opinion to the internet, unless I've really thought it through. Because otherwise, I have a lot of opinions on a lot of things. And if I just went in front of a camera and talked about every single one of my opinions, I wouldn't have a life. I would just be sitting here every day, every hour, talking to nobody. So that, plus the fact that I was stuck in some mysterious void in my closet, is why this video is just coming to you guys now. But I've been thinking about this all June, because guess what? It's Pride Month. I mean, how could you miss it? There's Pride stuff everywhere. Every restaurant, every business, every website, every company logo is rainbow. Everyone for a month cares about the gays, and it's great, I guess. Or is it? Ooh, that's the question of today's video, isn't it? I found it weird for a few years. The past few years, I've kind of been like, everyone sort of noticed this. It's not like I'm the lone wolf here, but it's a little weird seeing these giant companies, these like mega conglomerates, pretend to care about like social issues. So let's be honest, most of these companies are violating all kinds of human rights laws. So it's always been kind of bizarre to see these companies just go the other direction and go, hey, we may be using child sweatshop labor to get you this MacBook, but we made our logo rainbow. Yeah. This year particularly, it just completely rubbed me the wrong way. I keep seeing these ads for the gay MacBook. You can get a gay MacBook. It's in color now. And it's like, hell yeah. I love Pride so much. I love being gay so much. I'm gonna drop like $3,000 on on the gay MacBook. If any viewers out there want to Venmo me some money, so I really want the gay Mac. I really want it. Being in that closet for a few months has really made me quite thirsty. I'm parched. Why don't we go downstairs to the Caruccio kitchen and whip up a little snack? Hello. Today we're going to be making a Chosen Nerd special called Gay Juice. So what we do is we start off with the strawberries. Gotta take them up. And I don't really measure. I just kind of, whatever looks good. Yeah, that looks great. I think that looks awesome. But then we got one whole banana. So the banana is not as strong a flavor as the strawberries. So you really want to balance it out by adding less strawberries than you have banana, which is why we have a whole one. We split it in half so it blends easier. Look at that, beautiful. I have banana on my hands. Isn't that crazy? That's just nuts. What am I doing? This is crazy. What am I doing? This is insane. This is nuts. Speaking of nuts, I thought this was nuts for a second. It's actually granola, so that transition, that little segue, didn't really work out. But we're just gonna add some. Beautiful. Just one scoop. That's all you need to get big muscles. What I can do now is add our oat milk. This is oat silk, actually, as you see. It's not quite called milk. Pour. That looks good. Now we're gonna blend it. You might be wondering, Ben, why is this called gay juice? This is just strawberry banana. And you're right. Bon appetit. Gay juice will turn your children gay. This is confirmed. Got my bag of goodies. The chicken isn't gay theme. I'm just hungry and I like Royal Farms chicken. You gotta admit, it's a little weird that nowadays Pride Month essentially just means your local smoothie bar has a gay drink, or that Hulu and Netflix have LGBT genres on their little viewing list. Especially when you look back at the history of Pride, I remember that. I'm sure you all know this. The first Pride was a riot. Stonewall, baby. It's just this corporate commodification of the whole movement. It's kind of disgusting, honestly. It's kind of impossible in a capitalist society for, a leftist or revolutionary movement to not be commodified. Pride is not the only example of this. Even beyond companies and corporations, a lot of times on the left and on the internet, Twitter, mostly Twitter, very complex and revolutionary topics are turned into catchphrases and slogans. And on its surface, catchphrases are good. They're catchy. They simplify the ideals of a movement into a condensed, one sentence or sometimes even one word phrase that anyone can understand. But the issue here is that slogans are really easy to turn into merchandise. Hey, you want to go on Amazon.com and buy your ACAB shirt? That's really showing them. That's really... I just feel like every year, this time of year comes around, it's June, it's Pride Month, the gay commercials start rolling out, and nothing really changes. In America, all over the U.S., you have states run by the GOP that are making it so much harder for trans people to live, especially trans teens, who are now limited in a few states in expressing themselves, expressing who they are, because of conservative policies that limit the science behind it. What is the gay MacBook going to do about that? Oh, fuck. Oh, this gay juice is hitting way too hard. I drank way too much of this shit, bro. Oh, I think I can feel the void calling me, dude. It's calling me. Oh, I think I'm turning gay. And not like the cool gay, like really fucking gay. I want to tell you guys a story about a young kid. He's a boy. Let's call him Carl. Like from Jimmy Neutron. Carl grew up in a society much like our own. Capitalist. Run by corporations mostly. For a long time in his life, he never really thought anything of it. He would hear the grown-ups talking about real-world issues, and occasionally he would catch some stuff on the news about, factory workers and sweatshop labor, stuff like that. But it was all stuff that was outside of his current worldview. Not stuff that didn't seem to matter, but stuff that seemed irrelevant because Carl couldn't do anything about it. In fact, the adults in his life couldn't really do anything about it. Most of them acknowledged it, but there was nothing they could do as individuals to make it better. Throughout his young life, every few years, Carl and his family would take a trip to Disney World. Carl was never very close with his family. For most of his adolescence, Carl spent his time with his family arguing over little stupid things, over big things, over really anything. But Carl could always look forward to his trip to Disney World with his family. So the one time that they were all able to go together and just have a good time. As Carl grew older and his family grew older, things never really got better with them. They never really healed any relationship there, but they were always able to go to Disney World. Now here's something I've left out of the story. Carl is bi. He's pretty much known his whole life that he's into guys just as much as he's into girls, but he's never really been explicitly open about it. He always just chose subtle hints and jokes instead of openly expressing himself. It was always easier just to make a self-deprecating gay joke than to openly say to someone, hey, I like men too. That was always awkward for Carl. Talking about his sexual preferences in general was just weird. People didn't do that in his family. People didn't even really talk in Carl's family. So why would he talk about his sexual preferences? Something that is, traditionally in America, taboo. When Carl got older, he had more of an understanding of how companies and corporations work. He knew Disney is a pretty shitty company. It's kind of ruining the world, honestly. But he had that defeatist mindset. The mindset that most people have about issues like this. The mindset that he knew the adults in his life had when he was just a kid. Yeah, these companies are kind of ruining our planet, but I can't do anything about it as an individual. So why try? Now that Carl was grown, he had come out to most of his friends. They were all pretty accepting, because who really gives a shit? Carl still hadn't come out to his family though, because again, it was awkward. But then Carl went on his vacation to Disney with his family. During June, Pride Month. That's when Carl found these $30 rainbow Mickey Mouse ears. One side of Carl told him that this is the gayest thing I've ever seen. Why the hell would I spend $30 on rainbow Disney ears? The commodification of an identity in itself is disgusting. But there was another side of him when he saw those ears. They just told him, hey, I grew up with Disney. Disney is safe. Disney is normal. And now there's gay shit here? That's pretty cool. So Carl bought the ears. And he wore them around with his family. His family didn't ask any questions. Carl didn't say anything about it. But it was kind of out in the open at that point. And Carl was content for the day.